Okay, the topic here is finding derivatives. So we'll do more examples. So for example 9, we're trying to find, well, the question should say find dy dx. Okay, so now we're using a different notation, dy dx. It's still a derivative. So before we find dy dx, we need to rewrite the function as, let me show you why. So square root of x is the same thing as x to 1/2 plus square root of x, we said, is x to 1/2. So this is the same thing as x to 1/2 plus x to the negative 1/2. Right, so the reason why I rewrote the function this way, so I can use this formula, the derivative of x and the power rule. Okay, now we're going to use a power rule. So dy dx is equal, the power rule says that this 1/2 is going to move here. So this is equal to 1/2 x, and the exponent is 1/2 minus 1. Same thing, plus, here, this exponent moves here, so plus minus 1/2 x, and then we need to subtract 1 from the exponent, so minus 1/2 minus 1. Okay, now we're almost done. So 1/2 x. Now 1/2 minus 1, that's just subtraction of fractions. 1/2 minus 1 is negative 1/2. Then plus minus means minus 1/2. And then x, negative 1/2 minus 1 is negative 1/2 minus 2/2, so it's negative 3/2. And if you want to rewrite this, well, we don't have space. But if you want to rewrite it, is 1/2 x to 1/2, because I'm moving it to the denominator, which is square root of x, minus 1/2 x to the 3/2, which is square root of x cubed. Right? Alright, now for example 10 is almost the same thing, so let me rewrite it here so I have enough space. This is the same thing as x to the 3/2. I'm using this formula, let me write it here. N xp is the same thing as x p over n. So in other words, square root of x cubed, remember there's a 2 here that we don't write, is the same thing as x 3/2. And the cube root of x squared is going to be x to the 2/3. So this is x 3/2 minus x 2/3. Okay, now let's find dy dx. Derivative of y with respect to x is equal, now same thing, we're going to move 3x here, so 3/2 there, so 3/2x, and you need to do 3/2 minus 1 as an exponent, minus, and then we move this here. Now we're using power rule, right? 2/3x, and then the exponent is 2/3 minus 1. One more step, this is 3/2x. Now 3/2 minus 1 is 3/2 minus 2/2, which is 1/2. Now minus 2/3x. Now 2/3 minus 1 is 2/3 minus 3/3, which is negative 1/3. Now this is equal to 3/2x 1/2 minus 2/3x. Now when you have a negative exponent, you move it to the bottom. Well, let's do it here, and then it becomes the same thing as 1/x 1/3. Let me get rid of this part. Right? Now, one more step and we'll be done. dy dx is equal 3/2. X to 1/2 is the same thing as square root of x. minus 2 over 3 x to the 1/3 is cube root of x. Right, we're using which formula? We know the x one, let me write it here. x1 over n is the same thing as n root of x. Alright, now for example 11, first, same thing, we need to rewrite the function. If we rewrite the function, f of x is equal, 1 over x is the same thing as x to the negative 1, plus 3x squared, we don't do anything to it, minus 2, x to the negative 2, I'm moving this to the top, so this becomes x squared. The reason why we do this, so we can use power rule. Plus 5x plus 7. Alright, so let's do the derivative. F prime of x is equal, same thing, move this here, negative 1, x, and then you do minus 1, minus 1. Let me do it here, minus 1, which is negative 2, plus 3, and then you move 2 here, and then you do x, and then you do 2 minus 1, and then minus 2, and then you move 2 here, and then you do x, 2 minus 1, plus 5. By the way, in this case, 5x, you can just use this formula, it's easy, number 5. Every time you have a number times x, you find the derivative is going to be that number. So it's just plus 5, and then plus, derivative of 7 is 0. Now one more step and we'll be done. This is going to be minus x, minus 1 is negative 2, 3 times 2 is 6, 2 minus 1 on the exponent is 1, we don't write anything, minus 2 times 2 is 4, x, 2 times 1 is x plus 5, and of course we could add these. So this is minus 1 over x squared, just move it to the denominator, plus 6x minus 4x is 2x, plus 5, and when done, pretty easy. Alright, that's it for these examples.